Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, The School of Hard Knocks. Throughout this episode, we're going to be jumping on to the Global Link Pokemon Battle Spot ladder, and we're going to be playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent of the VGC Video Game Championship 2017 rule set. So, we're going to continue on using our new team. I'm going to have to make a quick apology to you all because over the weekend, I got a real urge, and I guess like a lot of you guys are going to get this all the time when you're playing Pokemon things, but I got a real urge. I didn't have time to do any recording, unfortunately, but I just want to play a few games off screen, and I had a real urge to jump on the Battle Spot ladder and just use this team. I had a lot of fun playing those battles that we recorded Thursday and Friday last week, and I just really wanted to kind of get my teeth sunk into the team. So I had a few battles. We kind of climbed up the ladder a little bit. So hopefully, I do apologise that you've missed some of those games. There were some great games there. I have recorded a few, so you know, if those games are ones you want to see, I can upload them at some point so you can have a view of those. But basically, hopefully we'll find a lot stronger trainers now that we're a bit higher up the ladder, and we can continue that quest to see how high we can take the team. So I did say last week as well that we would be doing one episode after a certain amount of losses. We'll do a review of the team like you would do with any team in any team building process that you would do. So I am going to do that, hopefully, depending on losses. So we'll take today as it comes, see what happens, see the results at the end of today. If all goes well, we'll go into tomorrow, and we'll continue until we've racked up a few of those losses, or kind of faced a few archetypes or a few Pokemon that are giving the team real trouble. And then we'll do that review episode, and we'll go through the team and look at things that we can change. Switch Pokemon up possibly, you know, just to kind of give ourselves a better matchup against those archetypes and new trends that we're seeing in the metagame, because you've got to remember the metagame will always be changing, so it's going to be one of those rinse and repeat processes. So I think doing it on film and in an episode, so you guys can see how I'm going to kind of go about that, it might be beneficial for you. So we will do that at some point, but we'll just see how we get on with our battles today. We might lose both battles today against some archetype that we're going to struggle against, because you can't cover everything when you're team building. There is stuff that you're always going to forget. So we'll jump on to the battle spot with the team that we were running last week, which is Talonflame, Garchomp, Alolan Marowak, Kartana, Alolan Ninetales, and Milotic. So hopefully we find an opponent straight away and we can get straight into this episode. Sorry that was dragged out a little bit. So we're on a nice rating now of 1632, so we're climbing up there. And I did find a new tune as well that I really love, and it's the Battle Royale theme tune. It's a bit simple, but I don't know, there's something about it just grabs me, so we'll use that in today's episodes. So we're sitting on a nice record at the minute. We played 17, we've got 13 wins and 4 losses at the minute. So, and we've got our first opponent from Japan on a rating of 1681, and they've got a team of Tapu-less, Alakazam, Arcanine, Kartana, Porygon 2, and Gigalith. Ooh, right, so you don't see many Alakazams around these days, but it does make sense, obviously, with the Tapu-less. It can take advantage of the Psychic Terrain. It is super fast, it's got a decent special attack, so it's going to be hitting hard. So we do have to be careful with that. It is frail though, so it's not going to enjoy taking too many hits in return. Now the Gigalith is going to be a problem. It obviously hits Ninetales, Marowak, and Talonflame hard, and we're going to have to bring, I think I'm going to have to bring, I'm going to lead off Talonflame, and I don't think he's going to lead the Gigalith, but I wonder if he's going to lead off with the Arcanine, but I don't think I'm going to bring the Milotic up front. I don't know if I'm even going to bring it this game. So I think I might lead Kartana, Talonflame. Definitely want to bring Marowak, and I think I might bring the Garchomp as well. So hopefully I'm leading up with the Talonflame, because if he leads with that Porygon 2, I've got the Taunt there, so I can shut down the Taunt. I've also got the Marowak in the back to deal with any threatening Thunderbolts from the Porygon 2. And obviously if he does lead with the Alakazam, we do have the priority. Oh, we don't have the priority Brave Bird. We've got to remember the Psychic terrain up. We can't get a Brave Bird off, but we can set up a Tailwind. And that isn't affected by the Psychic terrain. We're only affected by... and we do see that lead of Tapu-less and Alakazam. So we will set up the Psychic terrain. And I think, just off instinct here, I would tend to be quite wary of that Alakazam carrying maybe Hidden Power Fire just to cover the Kartana slot. So what I might do here is Tailwind up and switch in. I want to protect my Kartana. It's obviously Assault Vest, so I can't protect with it, but I don't really want to get it taken out turn 1. I'm just going to go off my gut here and switching my Marowak into that slot. So as long as I get a Tailwind up, everything should go to plan. But hopefully that Alakazam does Hidden Power Fire into the Kartana, but we'll just see what happens. Tapu-less is going to Psychic. This probably it is into the Marowak, and it gets a crit, which is really unfortunate. And the Alakazam actually goes for the Trick Room. Wow, okay, did not see that coming. So we're in real difficult position now. I've really got no choice other than to bring in the Kartana here. Oh, this battle is not going well at all. So we're just getting thrown curveballs right from the word go. Now I can't attack with my Talonflame, and the only option I've really got is to switch in my Garchomp, but doing that, Garchomp's going to take a massive chunk of damage, so it's not the most ideal thing. I might just Flare Blitz into the Alakazam, and I'm going to Smart Strike into the Lele. I am not in a good spot, and that was really well played by my opponent. So the Lele is going to go for the Psychic into the Kartana, and the Alakazam is going to go for a Psychic into the Talonflame. Talonflame goes down, unfortunately, but we are going to get a Smart Strike off onto the Lele and pick up the KO there, which is maybe what we should have done turn 1. But then again, we would have set the Tailwind up regardless. But we still would have had our Marowak. So we'll just bring in the Garchomp at this point. But it looks like we're a bit of an uphill struggle. I don't think there's anything we can really do to pull this match around now. I can protect with my Garchomp, but I am going to lose my Kartana, and I'm just going to Smart Strike into the Alakazam on the off chance that he doubles into the Garchomp. But I don't suppose he will. Psychic from the Tapu-less into the Garchomp, and Alakazam Psychics into the Kartana, which should pick up the KO. Yeah. But our Tailwind should run out now. No, we've got one more turn of Tailwind. Ooh, this is terrible. I can't really do anything but Earthquake, to be honest. I could go for the double protect, but I just feel like the game's so far gone now. It's just, yeah, and that is game. So, good games to my opponent there. That was a bit disappointing. But that's one of those things, you know, you kind of see the Alakazam out on the field, you don't expect it to Trick Room because it's such a fast Pokemon, but you've got to kind of bear those things in mind. Then that's a possibility. And he obviously had the Porygon, which is a Trick Room mon. He's got the Gigalith, which operates so well under Trick Room. And it's those sort of situations, especially in a best of one situation, that kind of really throw you off. So that is something to look out for. And obviously Talonflame just wasn't the best choice in that situation. I should have really approached that a lot differently, and thought about the psychic terrain. I just didn't think about that at all going into that match, which is a bit unfortunate, but obviously those mistakes are really kind of hard mistakes to take, but you pick up and learn from them, so hopefully we won't be making that mistake again. So we'll go into the second match and hopefully kind of have a bit of a better outcome to this one than the last one. That was a bit short and sweet, really, wasn't it? So hopefully I can do a little bit of a longer battle this next one for you guys. And we have our next opponent, Claudio from Portugal, on 15-14, I think his rating was, with a team of Arcanine, Garchomp, Kartana, Milotic, Alolan, Muck, and Gigalith. So this is quite a standardish looking team. He's obviously got the Milotic in there to take against opposing Arcanines and such, but he is running no Tapus either, so this might be quite a nice matchup. I think I need to bring Garchomp here. I've got Firefang on my Garchomp, so that techs nicely against the Kartana. It also hits the Alolan Muck for good damage, and the Gigalith and the Arcanine, so that's going to be a priority. I've got to protect the Garchomp because it deals with 4v6 Pokemon here, and I'm going to lead. I don't have Intimidate in my team, so I don't need to worry about activating the Milotic. I think I might lead Kartana and my Milotic actually, and I'm going to bring Garchomp. And what do I want for my last slot? The Alolan Marowak could be quite nice, yeah, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Alolan Marowak as my fourth slot. And we're wearing matching t-shirts. We could be boyfriend and girlfriend. No, that's a joke, guys. Yeah, let's get serious. So let's see what Claudio is going to lead with. And it's going to be the Gigalith and the Kartana. And I'm going to lead my Kartana and my Milotic. Now I do have a nice little tech on my Milotic. It may, depending on the Kartana build, it may catch him off guard. And I'm going to go straight for it. So I'm just going to Leaf Blade into the Gigalith. And I am going to Hidden Power Fire into his Kartana with my Milotic. Obviously, if it's an Assault Vest variant, it won't pick up the KO. But this is the Arcanine, so we're going to get the boost, and we're definitely going to pick up the KO, unless it's sashed. So that's the only variant of this Kartana that will survive this Hidden Power Fire. Ooh, it is the sash, so probably will pick up the KO on my Milotic now. We get the Leaf Blade into the Arcanine, and we'll see what this... And the Kartana's actually going to go for the Sacred Sword into my Kartana, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Because we're now pressuring the Kartana with the Hidden Power Fire this next turn. So I'm going to... Let's just think about this. So what do we know about his team so far? So he does have the Gigalith, and that might come back in on the Kartana slot. So I think what I will do yeah, regardless, I'm going to bring in my Marowak in my Kartana slot, and I am going to bring in my Garchomp for my Milotic. Because the thing is, I don't want Milotic sitting on the field locked in Hidden Power Fire. It's great against the Kartana, but for the rest of the time, it's not doing any damage to the Arcanine. Kartana protects. And what's the Arcanine going to go for? Wild Charge, which the Marowak picks up, so that's quite nice. Now we do have to be careful, obviously the Kartana is going to be outspeeding my Garchomp, but I think I'm just going to Shadow Ball into the Kartana slot. Because it's Sash variant, I wouldn't have thought it has Night Slash, and I'm just going to protect with my... do I want to protect with Garchomp or just go for the tech? Yeah. I'm just going to protect with Garchomp, just from any potential Leaf Blade coming in from the Kartana here. But the Kartana might just switch out. Depending on how quick we get through this battle, we might do one more. So my opponent's going to switch out his Arcanine, and he's going to bring back the Gigalith onto the field. My Garchomp's going to protect, and we'll see what the Kartana is going to do. Kartana's going to Leaf Blade into the Garchomp, and we'll pick up the KO with the Shadow Ball onto the Kartana, which is very nice. So, let's see what my opponent has to bring in here. I imagine the Arcanine might come back in just to pick up that Intimidate onto both these Pokemon. Yeah. So the Arcanine comes back in. I think what I'm going to do is double into the Gigalith with a... I'm not going to Bomb around, it might miss. I'm going to Shadow Ball, and I'm going to Tectonic Rage into the Gigalith. Because the Arcanine for me is going to be the easier thing to take out. I've got the Milotic in the back, I've still got my Garchomp on the field. So hopefully just doubling into this Gigalith, even though I've been intimidated, it should be enough to take out the Gigalith with the Tectonic Rage and the Shadow Ball. So we're going to get this clean off onto the Gigalith, see how much this does. And it's a clean one-hit KO. So the Gigalith goes down, and we're sitting in quite a nice position on the field now. We haven't really seen much from the Arcanine, other than it does have Protect and Wild Charge. I'm not sure if we've seen a third or fourth move from it yet. I imagine it does have Flare Blitz, and possibly Snarl. So in comes the Muck. And I think I'm just going to protect my Marowak this turn, and I'm going to just Earthquake with my Garchomp. And hopefully we'll proc the Berry on the Muck and do a nice chunk of damage to the Arcanine in the process. The Muck may protect here. The Arcanine goes for the Extreme Speed, picking up a bit of damage onto my Garchomp. That's probably put it into Earthquake range now. We will get the Earthquake off. Yeah. Muck actually has the ability Power of Alchemy, so it takes the ability from a fallen opponent. So it picks up the Intimidate, gets another Intimidate off onto the Garchomp and Marowak. and goes for the gunk shot onto Garchomp, which does respectable damage. So I'm not really free to Earthquake this turn, because I would be damaging my Marowak. But what I might do is just Boomerang with my Marowak into the muck and switch in my Milotic. Actually, I'm going to switch in my Kartana for my switching the Kartana. Yeah, just switching the Kartana. At this point, I'm just kind of shuffling things around just to try and chip this muck down. But it is 4 against 1 at this point, so we should be able to clean up alright. My Marowak's going to get the Boomerang off. I don't think it'll be enough to KO it. It does have the Figgy Berry. So Muck restores all that nice health. And we'll see what the Muck goes for. If it goes for another gunk shot into that Garchomp slot. But it goes for the knockoff into the Marowak slot and does pick up the KO. So now I'm going to switch in my Milotic, and I'll be able to get a Scald and a Smart Strike or Sacred Sword off onto the muck, which should be enough to pick up the KO. So we'll just go for the Scald, and I'm just going to Smart Strike into the muck. And this should be a good game. Yeah. And we get the burn to boot. So, good games to my opponent, and we pick up the win there. So that was a nice win there against Claudio. I think what we'll do one more match. Since that first one was just such a whitewash and so quick, we'll do one more. And hopefully have a bit of a longer episode this time. Yes, because that first match, it's still haunting me now, and it probably will for quite some time. But like I say, it's good to kind of have, it's not good to lose, but it's good to have matches like that do take you by surprise, because when you're practicing on battle spot and things, that's the whole concept of it. You're kind of playing against and learning all the time, so it's good to learn against that sort of thing that can pop up and take you by surprise, so it doesn't happen in a live tournament when and if you go to one, and you kind of approach the match a little bit differently and learn from the mistakes that you made excuse me, and just take that forward and just keep on improving. That's what Pokemon's all about. It's all about just learning the game, what to expect, and then go forward from there. So we've got a next opponent, and they are running a team of Goodra, Milotic, Ninetales, Alola Ninetales, Arcanine, Kartana, and Snorlax. So this is, there's a lot of bulk on this team. Obviously with the Snorlax, the Goodra, Milotic, and the Arcanine, all bulky Pokemon. And then you've got the Ninetales and the Kartana, which are the fast threats of the team. Doesn't really have any speed control outside the possibility of Icy Wind on his Ninetales, so we always have Tailwind there, but then the majority of my team already outspeed a lot of his. But I might want to bring my own Ninetales here, but I definitely want to lead with Talonflame. I don't think my opponent will lead off with the Arcanine. So what do I think my opponent will lead with? I think the Ninetales is probably a good lead for my opponent, and I think he might prioritize getting the Aurora Veil off. So what I might do is lead Milotic. I will bring my Kartana, and I'll bring Garchomp as well. I did think about Marowak, but I need something in the team that can actually really hit that Snorlax for big damage. And Garchomp Z moves, probably the only thing on the team that I've got that can really hit it, other than Kartana, for massive damage. Sorry, I need some water. I'm still kind of getting better as the days go on, so my throat does get a bit cloggy. Not that you guys want to hear that. Anyway, my opponent's going to lead up with Ninetales and Goodra. So we're going to see the snow warning here. I'm sure that Goodra learns Blizzard, so we could maybe expect a double Blizzard here, but I'd be more inclined to think that that Ninetales is probably going to go for an Aurora Veil. So I'm just going to, I think what I'm going to, yeah, I think I might just go for a Flare Blitz into the Ninetales and go for my own Blizzard with my Milotic and just take advantage of that and do some decent enough damage onto the Goodra. Although it's probably Assault Vest, so it's probably going to just take the Blizzard with a lot of ease. Obviously my Milotic's not stab, so it's not going to be doing too much damage, and yeah, I would imagine that Goodra is Assault Vest off that damage. But we will get the Flare Blitz off first and take out the Ninetales. So that's at least one problem gone off the field straight away. And the Goodra goes for the T-Bolt, and that's into the Talonflame, and Talonflame will go down. So it's probably a mixed Goodra as well, so I've got to be careful about what I bring in. I think I might have to bring in Garchomp in this situation. Hopefully my opponent hasn't got the Arcanine, so he's not got the Intimidate support, but you never know. My opponent brings in his own Milotic, but we do have the Kartana in the back. And I think what I'm going to do is Tectonic Rage into the Goodra and just Blizzard again. Just to pick up that extra damage on the Goodra and make sure that this Tectonic Rage picks up the KO on it. So the Goodra actually withdraws and in comes the Arcanine. So this isn't too bad, but we will probably get KO'd. Our Garchomp will probably go down to an ice attack from the Milotic, unless we get magical freeze here. You never know. I've not froze anything yet. No, so we're not going to get any freezes, which isn't a bad thing. But we will get the Tectonic Rage off, and it's going to go into that Arcanine, so we should pick up the KO here. But then, unfortunately, I think our Garchomp probably will go down in the process, and then we've just got our Kartana left. So yeah, the Arcanine goes down. We did get the boost with our Milotic though. Yeah, and here comes the Ice Beam into the Garchomp slot, which is a bit unfortunate and a bit of an oversight really, because it might have been a better idea to kind of preserve the Garchomp, obviously, but there isn't anything we can do about that. But now we've got to remember that we've had the competitive boost, so we will be hitting the Goodra a lot harder than we were previously with this Blizzard, and maybe we've got enough in the tank to kind of double into it now. If it is Assault Vested, it can't protect, and we're going to outspeed with both of our Pokemon, so hopefully we might have enough to actually pick up the KO onto the Goodra. I'd imagine it is Sap Sipper, so we don't want to use a grass move into it, so I'm just going to Smart Strike into the Goodra and go for another Blizzard. But we are running low on Blizzards at this point, so we do have to be careful. But the Kartana shouldn't be in any danger from the Milotic as long as we can take this Goodra out, and hopefully it is an Assault Vest variant, as I kind of thought it was from the start. If it has Protect, it's going to be a bit of a game changer, because he can PP stall these Blizzards, and we do need some additional damage before we can even get it in range, hopefully for a smart strike, but we'll have to see what this damage is like. We get the blizzard. Oh, it's massive damage on the Goodra, so we're definitely going to be able to, yeah, critical hit. That is really unfortunate on my opponent, so we will pick up the KO on the Goodra, which is going to make this battle 10 times easier than it would have been before. So that was really unfortunate, but like in many matches before, we've had not the greatest of luck. You've got to take those. And we don't get frozen with our Kartana, so that's a nice bonus as well. And we should be able to just Leaf Blade and pick up the KO on the Milotic, which would be another nice win for us today. Yeah, and guys, if you hadn't realised by now, I am running Scarfed Milotic. And primarily the reason for me running it was because I wanted it to obviously counter Arcanine, but the worst thing is it's always going to underspeed Arcanine, so you can never protect your Kartana really to that full of an extent. And sorry, I'll continue this in a minute. Good games to my opponent, thanks very much. So he just forfeits there and we take the game. Yeah, so the reason for me scarfing it was it can always guarantees me that I'm going to outspeed the Arcanine with the scarf, and then if they do lead with it, I guarantee the KO on pretty much nearly every Arcanine spread. So that was one reason and one little thought behind it. I obviously teched Hidden Power Fire on because unfortunately Milotic doesn't have the biggest move pool for all the Pokemon that you can choose from, so that was just something that I put on there. And I did the calculations, and on most Kartanas it picks up the one-hit KO. Obviously you've got to be wary of the Sashed variants and Assault Vest variants if you haven't had the boost prior to then, but I can go into more detail about that. I'll not keep you guys any longer than I need to. Thanks for viewing today. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel and you get all the daily uploads. And like I said earlier in the episode, what we'll do, we'll assess tomorrow again. I don't think we've had enough losses yet that we can assess the team properly, so we'll go on to tomorrow's episode. We'll have a couple more battles and then we'll look at doing that review episode of the team sometime, maybe this week, it might be next week, but we'll see how things go. But thanks for watching guys, and have a great evening, and until tomorrow I will see you then. Bye bye.